Alright. Do you like ducks? Do you like ducks? Do you like ducks? How are we doing, guys? Are we back in any way, shape, or form? Really excited I can use the old... I was really excited that I could use the old... I was really, really excited that I could use... Hey, Mal. There we go. We're back. Hey, guys. Audio's still on. Everything is great. Router is restarted. We'll see if everything is fantastic. I'm sure it is. Alright, let's get started. Let's begin the game. End is never, the end is never, the end is never. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Soul-ending or soul-rending?
Though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good music, good narration.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Did he? Did he? Did he do that? I can't punch, so this is Outlast. Faster Outlast, which is good. I love it already.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
As a narrator, if I don't go to the meeting room, will he start, like... This is very, like, Stranger Than Fiction. Is what I'm... If anyone has seen that movie. All of this is new to me! Outlast meets Office Space. And for all of you who haven't seen this game, it's good. Okay. Let me make the chat larger. I guess I can pop out chat. Let's see, pop out. Yeah, this does seem very fun already. Hey, Blazing Lord Soul, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of the game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent, and if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
You punk. Hi, Blazing. Someone play this game. Well, cool, man. Meeting room, meeting room, meeting room. Gorgeous view.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I love it, I love it. It's very funny, it's very funny. You're funny, dude. You're a funny dude. I'm going to make chat and everything else bigger. Here comes Stanley.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
He becomes Stanley. I missed it. I went the wrong way on purpose.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
That's awesome. That's really funny. They totally...
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Huh? Did I not do what he said? I didn't mean to not do what he said. Look out for Manus.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
There we go.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Very funny, but there's no way that would be real. So, it's taking out my immersion. Shift global market paradigm, monetize free to play, synergize core values, expenditures, core value expenditures. That's awesomely not meaning anything. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Portal 2 5 important humor, this is great. Read that, how not to get fired. Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, and slides. Oh, that's awesome. Like 1984.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Stanley was actually reading. So, yeah. So why don't you just take that smug attitude of yours and that delightful accent and shove it up your tuchus?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? and everything went black.
That's great.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
End is never the end. So now I'm Stanley again? Okay. Wow, it's like a choose-your-own adventure.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. It's forcing me into conformity.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
That's the best thing ever. That is the best thing ever. You guys are absolutely right. I love this game. My gosh, this is awesome.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Guys, knock on wood, but we haven't had a rip yet. Maybe restarting the router was what it needed. Back to closet. What's up with the screen size here? Why is it all weird? Why is the screen size on stream so small? Any idea? We got black bars on either side. Are you? Really? It's the resolution. It's fine. Looks fine. Or it looks normal. Refresh if I want to fix that. Okay. No. No? Oh, maybe... Yeah. It's fine enough. Don't touch it. Okay. Sounds good. Probably was stretched on your end. Running the game at 1080p. Right.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I was like reasonably close to it. Didn't I do 2145? I'm not sure. Didn't I just like randomly type in 2145?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What passageway? Oh. It's 700 off. Come on. Hey, Scatterbrain.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Probably stop streaming soon. I should. That's what it is. Widescreen, definitely. 16 by 10. You can do that. And $4K.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
What was the question? I forgot. Used to be a stunt double files. Leave in. Breathe in. It's the hardest thing to do. The word I say.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is great. Gosh, this is so... It was like a Hitchhiker's Guide.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What is happening?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
This is the abyss.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh my gosh. Who made this game? It's unbelievable. This is, I mean, this is very, have you seen Stranger Than Fiction? It's very kind of... This is awesome. Do you see now? Do you see? Go play it right now before you know all the endings? Harold Crick brushed his teeth 144 times back and forth. Yeah. Before it's all spoiled? By me? Am I in a spoiler? Davy Redden and William Pugh. Kevin Brighting is the narrator. And Giannis, yeah, Ioannidis. I feel like I've heard of that dude. Dang, it's 12:50 already. Kevin MacLeod, awesome. Oh, they used. So they used that guy, Kevin MacLeod. Yeah, I figured. Kevin MacLeod, I'm assuming, did not really work on this game. He just is a guy who runs a royalty-free music site, which is amazing. And it's free to use in any sort of commercial venture as long as you credit him. And he makes some really good stuff. Hey, thanks. Okay, bye. A Russian film where an old man in prison, people in match packet. My favorite guy of all time. Portal a lot visually. Yeah, doesn't it? Office clock. Alright, well. Yeah, lots of music. Those people use it. Absolutely. Yeah, you recognize it in other stuff and you go, oh. The office. Maintenance room. Evidence room. A? A? What? 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 What did OK Bye get? That's crazy. The cargo lift. Don't read it. Because now I'm stuck in a museum about the game. Oh, this is pretty crazy. The Stanley Parable. What am I hearing? I'm hearing it clicking something. What was that? That thing just turned off. There we go. I feel like I'm going to walk. Is there going to be an exhibit about this, the design of this museum? You guys heard that baby? You guys heard the baby? That's crazy. I feel like I'm gonna like. Countdown ending. Gosh, it's all the endings of the. Weird. The freedom ending. They're telling me all the endings. What? Why?
Now look closely. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything.
Are they making up endings? This is the spoiler ending?
Well, try the other one. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively.
I'm trying to exit the museum.
Standard's good and bad game design. But of course, you being you will probably spend the next 2 months.
How do I get out of here? Guess I didn't go up this way. Oh. Oh, exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
Time chose for you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
He was
Stanley
doing
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to keep playing, 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 I want to keep playing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I do want to do the right thing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Death of a salesman? What is this?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer.
This is awesome.
But as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Goodness. Goodness gracious.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't even press anything. I didn't press anything. It just killed me. Super Shoes, good night. I didn't even press anything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is amazing.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That's hilarious. I feel like Batman is morning and I'll go to sleep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is unbelievable. This is...
Stepping into his manager's office,
amazing.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
425.
life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I kind of want to... Mikey, we should get the I should get the Shadow Gate on one arm and 2845 on the other arm. What happened? Oh man. Sweet. The shadow get levers, I mean. Sleep, good call, good call. 110. Be-doodle-loop. Sleep, buddy. Good call. Good call, guys. Yeah, I agree. So just with the non-Stanleys.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So now I want to see what he says if I turn around.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Sorry, polyester. Yeah, I do love this game. This is awesome. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Dialogue. Well, it's really monologue heavy.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh my gosh.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This is awesome. Live, Stanley, live.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Were those all pushable? Were these pushable before I pushed that other one? I don't know.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is that true? Is that true? Is that what I'm going to do? No, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. Jessica's the light of my life, the apple of my eye, the green of my coffee. Please, Jessica, tell me it's not true. All right. Baby monkey.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Thanks, the Dillinator.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
This is.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Or he just turned it
Unshackled himself
on.
from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
The
What
off
other
button was the
mysteries
on
did this
button.
strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
It was
but
peace.
happiness.
Huh.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Don't they let us know that I accidentally pressed the on the mind control? Yeah. I beat the game. Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Alright, we should probably... Yeah, this movie, it feels like a movie. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Alright, should we continue it next stream? Yeah, did I really? Exactly. Yeah, I should probably go to bed. Well, guys, I loves you. One more, I set up too late just to be here for this. Oh, thanks, guys. Night all. Skio, okay, yeah, before everyone leaves, the next few days are going to be weird. The next few days are going to be strange. Guys, we didn't rip once that whole time. We didn't rip once that whole time. I think just restarting the router did it. Florence Henderson, oh. Oh, sorry, maybe it's Dempsey. Sorry, Delanator. I definitely want to do Jackbox. I will be in Arlington.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of the
Oh,
game.
right. Oh, I forgot to
see how long
forgot to
he can
retweet.
go without
I'm going to retweet
dying.
right now
So far,
that I don't
he's doing
forget.
excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
I'm going to retweet that right now before I forget again. I'm so sorry, Soy. Sport, you're in Arlington, Texas? Arlington, Texas. Soy. Yeah, whoa. Soy, did you write a bunch of ebooks? And is honey vegan? But again, the days are going to be weird. Next few days are going to be weird. Is all I need to do just to be in the chat? Is that all? Arlington, Texas. That's awesome, Spork. Yeah, we're going to go see family. That's so cool that you're in Arlington. Maybe in chat have some sort of online device, like a computer? I would totally play. That's freaking awesome. Where's the post? Oh, thanks, Silent Protocol. Thanks for being here, everybody. Monkey, all right, you want me to? All right, that's awesome. Scrolly down. Okay. There we go. Retweet. Socrates. Yeah. Is doing a rad stream for charity. 12 to 12 Canada time on Saturday. Check it out. There we go. Jackbox. I can't wait. I love You Don't Know Jack. I was playing Jeopardy today, and I was like, man, I miss playing quiz games. I was watching Jeopardy. The song. I'm going to play the song. Maybe it's Dempsey. I'm going to play the song one more time. If you heard it, this will be the third time. Just going to finish it with this, just for the poop of it. Ow, dead. Ow. I'll do a song and then we'll raid and then I'll go to bed. I want Jackbox. I'll check it out. Maybe we'll see. Song hype. Just for the people who didn't see it, I'm sorry. For the people who did, both because you had to see it and because you're gonna hear it again. Yeah, exactly. It's polyester. I for real, really dug that Stanley game. Thank you for recommending it, guys. It's really up my alley. It is freaking awesome. Wait, you saw it? Yeah, I love Jeopardy. Did you see the one where they were doing they did Peacock Turkey was the final Jeopardy. Is there a You Don't Know Jack about movies? Oh my gosh. I haven't played You Don't Know Jack since like 1998. So I'm friggin'. I really want to do it this Saturday. Okay. But I don't know when the next stream will be. Just watch. I'll tweet out or whatever when I'm going to stream. I don't know when. Lobro Souls is going to have to be rescheduled. It's going to be either Wednesday or Thursday. So that is that. So we're going to play a song and then we will raid and then that will be that. Thanks guys for being here. Happy Thanksgiving if you are in the United States. Happy Thanksgiving no matter what. Oh yeah, movie trivia. That'd be awesome. Everything will be okay. Thank you. Sorry, Soy. I didn't know what to say. Will you reply with something like explaining that? Tweet it out. Okay, gosh, see, it's gonna be different every time I play because I don't remember. Hold on. Okay, here we. Sorry, gents. Sorry, guys. I don't. No. Maple Leaf time. Sorry. Please, will you reply on it and make fun of me and then tell me, just reply, just correct it, or I can retweet with a more correct, whatever. Okay. Alright, so this is all about how I'm grateful for chat. And it's a bad country song because I know 4 chords. Alright, so hopefully you can hear. Alright, or maybe hopefully you can't. I don't know. Depends. Alright. Year 2 ago, my brother told me, you gotta get your ass on Twitch TV. I said, no man, that ain't for me. You see, you're 70,000 times a better gamer than me. No, that's okay, so that's because I don't remember it. You're 70,000 times a better gamer than me, than I. He said, that doesn't matter, people tune in to see you get brain sexed by maggots and half curse the TV. But the one thing that I did not foresee is that everybody here, was it everybody here? Dang it, so the one thing that I did not foresee is that everybody here is one big family. It's awful. A weird, Dark Souls loving, stamina obsessed, Havel shaming, casual, get good screaming family. Golly. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Bought me a PC, man, I can't believe that. But over and above all that, you're the kindest community on the internet. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Son of a mother, I will eat my hat if I expected any of that. Emotes and support notes and GoFundMe, holy crap. Thank you for sitting through my 72-hour admitted it. Thank you, chap. Thank you, chap. Buy me a PC, man, I can't believe that. But over and above all that, you're the kindest ass people on the internet. You're the kindest. Dark Souls loving, stamina obsessed, have a shaming. People on the internet. I wrote that in the bathroom an hour before the stream. And it was only an hour because I was trying to get it up. Get the stream up. It was not absolutely beautiful, but I appreciate it. You also played the drums. I played the air drums. Wow. Internet's eaten by Wi-Fi. That's the third time I played that song on chat, so we really got some mileage out of it, and we can just retire it. It's 2:30 a.m. and I'm clapping. All right, guys, thank you so much. Let's raid the flock out of somebody, huh? Who is streaming? Kayla Kapowski, P90 Princess, Josh Ornelas, who's awesome. Song was amazing. Thanks. It's supposed to be funny. Yeah, it's supposed to be silly, but okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Amazing is a very kind thing to say. Place that in the Disney vault for good. Fair enough. Thanks a million. Lobro, good times. All right. Lots of love, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, Bloody Faster is a partner?
And it's day one.
She's crying.
30 more minutes. It's day one still, and we are at 216. And Mud Bunny, girl, thank you so much for that host. Hello.
That's so awesome.
God,
Bloody
thank
Faster
you.
just got partner.
Circle band for Mud Bunny.
That's great. Bloody got partnered yesterday. That's freaking awesome. Always crush our hearts with silly though. Looks like turning right at the end. Hey, isn't crap. Yeah, Bloody got partnered the day before. Yeah, she's like crying on stream, which I understand. That's awesome. Well, so should we go get Bloody Faster and say congratulations, or should we go get Josh Ornelas, who's a cool dude? He is a cool dude. Josh Ornelas, 25 viewers playing Food Coma? What's he playing? Or Bloody Faster, who's having a gaming talk show, it says. Let's see what Ornelas is up to. Josh is playing
This, I don't understand. I don't get it. Oh shit, it's a fucking firefighter! Fuck, shit! Oh shit, yeah. A firefighter dressed as a smart...
Is he playing an anime sex game? Is he playing an anime sex game? That's fun. That's funny. We can go raid him. Alright, so go say hi to Bloody Faster and say congratulations and try to make her cry more. Or go try to get Josh Ornelas and say hey while he's playing an anime sex game, maybe? Not sex. It's not allowed on Twitch. Oh, what is it? Like a dating game or something? It's a, well... What is that face? What does that face mean? That doesn't explain anything. That's just a guy with glasses. Why is that guy's name Ming Lee? That guy Asian? Dating. Heh, yeah. Okay. Mostly holding hands. Awkward fat party with Josh. All right. Yeah, yeah. What should we do? What should we do? Why's your name? What? Wait, what? Why? What are you talking? What? Where? Oh, okay. Yo, don't share. Yo, don't like out me with my real name there, yo. But is he Asian? He does not look Asian to me. Which, I mean, not to assume by names that someone can't be. All right. Yeah, I totally, absolutely assumed nationality at least. Well, Asian's not a nationality. Okay, I'll just shut up. Everything was going so fine. So, Ornelas or Josh Ornelas or Bloody Faster, or we can go get someone else. Thanks, Sir Blitz. Blitz is a pretty ballin' last name as well. We can go get someone else. Haha, good times on the internet. We can go get like a small Dark Souls streamer. Don't leave us. I have to leave us. I have to leave us. I have to leave. Stanley had to leave. He did not want to, but he had to. Sorry, Dorgan Shadowshed. It's a cool name, though. I know. So, yeah. 1:38. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here, guys. All right. All right. I'm gonna assign them. I'm gonna assign each of them a random number in my head. All right, here we go. This is how we're doing it. All right, guys. Pick right hand or left hand. He is insanely talented. He's a wonderful voice. All right, so pick right hand or left hand, guys. Right hand or left hand. Right hand or left hand. Right hand or left hand. Right hand. That's bloody faster. Because this was Josh Ornelas. All right. All right. All right. Let's do it. Here we go. Why are we always so difficult? All right, let's go get her. Let's go get Bloody Faster and say congratulations and see if we can make her cry. See if we can make her cry more. There you go. Thanks, Soy. Bloody Faster and say Lobro. Cry them tears out. There we go. Good night, guys. Thanks, Dylanator. Thanks for being here, guys. I will, if you guys want to, I will try to show up for that charity stream, Soy. That would be awesome. I'm sorry, Obsidian. Sorry. But let's go, and let's go, and let's go. Let's go. Dude, we... Oh, I forgot what I'm not